When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do, fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing.
Art has become a catalyst for how we interact. It's about how we start to melt together. It's about how our communities start to gel, and it's how we get a mutual appreciation of what's important to us, but also how I get an insight into your culture and what can become important to me.
Over a long period of time, you think of the Art Gallery of New South Wales, you think of the Opera House. These institutions came online 70 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. So, you know, Western Sydney wasn't as developed as it was back then.
Western Sydney has grown, I think, much quicker than what anyone ever imagined.
I think in the past we have made some really big mistakes about where we put cultural institutions.
We want contemporary business to locate out here. We want businesses that are innovative, that are engaging, that are creative, that are scientific, because that is the future of the economy.
People are sick of commuting. They don't want to sit for hours in their car travelling to get to work. They want to be able to work and live somewhere within reasonable proximity, and in order to do that you need to provide all the other things they want to do in their time off, their leisure time. That's good food, and it's obviously the arts.
We're growing a community. If I'm looking at my children, I want them to be inspired. I want them to find a medium that works for them. Now that doesn't mean they have to work in the arts, but if that helps them find where they want to go, then that sounds like a pretty worthy investment than struggling through life to figure it out.
In schools there's a lot of talk about how important sport is, and that's linked to physical health, and that is true and very important. But what's not discussed is the role of art and mental health.
It actually provides an opportunity to change a whole attitude to the way they see the world and they see life.
There's almost no opportunities to train locally in Western Sydney in the visual arts or in the performing arts. I mean, there are a few things still left, but the University of Western Sydney had a very great program in the past.
We're offering cultural, art exhibitions, dance, music, theatre, to their taste, engaging them in the process of actually creating new work. So it's quite important for us that we're the ones that are actually delivering it rather than institutions in the city.
We're not a monoculture out here. This is a place that is made up out of many, many different cultures, all of whom want to be part of the community and who have really powerful and interesting cultural expression that we can tap into and engage with.
I think it's important that cultural services are delivered to audiences where they actually live rather than them travelling long distances. Don't
forget us, Western Sydney is an important place. We're a big part of this state. I'd like Western Sydney to be treated the same way as any other part of Sydney. If you provide us with the opportunity, we will deliver.
It'd be really nice to show us the money, adopt the funding recommendations in the report, make a powerhouse in Western Sydney that'll inspire the kids to come for the next century.
Our country, our state, has been defined by visionaries. We want you to be visionaries and make the investment into the future of our country.
You have to invest at all levels. You can't just do buildings, you have to do programs.
Commissioning artists to make work from this region that's not small scale, that's not made on the smell of an oily rag, but that's big, that's bold, that's ambitious.
I want Western Sydney to be a better place to live, to be able to learn, to be able to express themselves.
Well, we want to see the arts funding in Western Sydney increased. For so long the money has not made it out of Sydney. We've got the talent, we've got the stars, but we just need a stage for them to shine.
I want the same opportunities for my girls as any other kid, whether they live in the inner city or the eastern suburbs.
Cross the Ultimo line and join us here in Western Sydney as we build Sydney's new future.
Oh, very good.
The song, the dance.
Can you sing?
No, I can't do any of that. I'm a very boring arts bureaucrat, actually. I can sing Scottish songs, but I wouldn't do it on camera. Oh, Fleur of Scotland, when will we see your like again?
that fought and died for.
Galump went the little green frog one day, galump went the little green frog. Galump went the little green frog one day, galump, 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 galump. But we all know frogs go, la-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da.
ਨੀਮੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਚਿਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ, ਪੱਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਲੁਕਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ।